Imagine waking up to a new day, expecting the usual routine, only to sense that something fundamental has shifted. You sit at the breakfast table, coffee in hand, and see the headlines. The rules have changed overnight, and not in our favor. In August 2025, this was the harsh reality for thousands of South Africans. The United States, once our biggest trading partner, suddenly imposed heavy tariffs on our exports, making it nearly impossible for our goods to compete. 30,000 jobs, gone or at risk in an instant. That's not just a statistic, it's a devastating blow to families who depend on those paychecks, to parents who worry about putting food on the table, and to young people whose dreams are now uncertain. These numbers represent real people, mothers, fathers, children, entire communities, suddenly facing an uncertain future. For years, the African Growth and Opportunity Act, or AGOA, gave South Africa special access to the U.S. market. It was a lifeline for our industries, supporting jobs and growth. Now that privilege has vanished, leaving factories idle and warehouses empty. With unemployment already soaring above 32%, this blow couldn't have come at a worse time. The lines at unemployment offices grow longer, and hope feels in short supply. But just as the crisis threatened to spiral, the World Bank stepped in, offering a $1.5 billion loan to help stabilize our economy. This isn't just a bailout, it's a strategic investment in rebuilding our nation's backbone, roads, ports, and the power grid that keeps our lights on and our factories running. It's also a chance to spark a green energy revolution, creating new industries and jobs for the future. Suddenly, there's a glimmer of hope, a sense that, even in crisis, opportunity can emerge. The question now is, can this financial lifeline offset the immediate damage and help us build something stronger? We're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to decline and despair, the other to renewal, innovation, and resilience. This isn't just a problem for politicians or business leaders, it touches every South African, from the farmer in the field, to the worker on the assembly line, to the entrepreneur with a dream. The choices we make now, how we adapt, invest, and support one another, will define our future for generations to come. Let's break it down. Tariffs are a word you hear a lot in the news, but what do they really mean for everyday people and businesses? Understanding tariffs is key to understanding how global trade works, and how it can impact your wallet, your job, and even the price of your favorite treats. A tariff is a tax on imported goods, like paying extra to sell your Coke Sisters at your neighbor's house. Imagine you bake a batch of Coke Sisters and want to sell them across the street, but the neighbor charges you a fee just to bring them over. That's a tariff in action. It's a way for governments to make foreign products more expensive, often to protect local businesses from outside competition. For years, AGOA let us sell cars, oranges, and more in the US without these extra costs. South African exporters could compete on a level playing field, and American consumers enjoyed a wider variety of products at better prices. That changed in August 2025. Suddenly the rules shifted and the cost of doing business with the US shot up overnight. The US slapped tariffs of up to 30% on key South African exports. That's a huge jump. Imagine a third of your product's price just vanishing into taxes before it even hits the shelves. Officially, it's about protecting American jobs. The US government says these tariffs help keep their factories running and their workers employed, especially in industries facing tough global competition. But there's more. Diplomatic tensions, policy disagreements, and years of friction have all played a role. Trade isn't just about money, it's about politics, power, and influence on the world stage. The sectors hit hardest: steel, automotive, and agriculture, industries that employ hundreds of thousands. These are the backbone of South Africa's economy, supporting families and entire communities. These tariffs make our goods more expensive and less competitive. Suddenly, South African products are harder to find and costlier for American buyers, which means fewer sales and shrinking profits for our exporters. It's not just about numbers, it's about real people and real jobs. When exports drop, factories slow down, and families feel the pinch at home. The US move is part of a bigger America First strategy. It's about putting American interests first, even if it means tough times for trading partners. For South Africa, it's a direct challenge to our ability to compete globally. Our businesses must now rethink their strategies, find new markets, or risk losing out entirely. The fallout is immediate and widespread. Newsrooms buzz with updates and traders brace for uncertainty as the effects ripple through the economy. Our economic engines are under threat. idle machines and empty production lines are a stark warning of what's at stake. The stakes couldn't be higher. For South Africa, tariffs aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet, they're a real and present danger to our future prosperity. A 30% tariff isn't just a number, it's a shockwave through South African communities. 30,000 jobs at risk means welders, assembly line workers, and farmhands facing unemployment. The hardest-hit regions, Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, and the Eastern Cape, are industrial heartlands. Factories slow down, farms lose markets, and entire towns feel the pain. On a citrus farm, a cancelled U.S. order means fruit rotting in warehouses and workers losing vital income. In the auto sector, factories face layoffs as American clients look elsewhere. These are good middle-class jobs, anchors for families and communities. The impact ripples out, local shops, taxi drivers, and schools all suffer. The economic shock doesn't stop at the factory gate. It threatens the stability of entire regions. The human cost is real and immediate. Just as things looked bleak, the World Bank approved a $1.5 billion loan for South Africa. This isn't just more debt, it's a strategic investment in our future. The money targets our economic foundations, ports, roads, rail, and crucially, energy. Upgrading infrastructure means faster, cheaper trade and more reliable power. The loan will help us shift from coal to green energy, solar, wind, and battery storage. These projects promise tens of thousands of new jobs, not just in construction but in advanced tech and logistics. It's a chance to build new skills and industries for the 21st century. Better infrastructure attracts investment and opens new markets. If managed well, this loan is more than a lifeline, it's a launchpad. The goal, a stronger, greener, more resilient economy, but success depends on execution. We're in a race against time. Immediate pain versus future gain. Tariffs are causing job losses and cancelled orders right now. The World Bank loan offers hope, but its benefits will take years to materialize. Building solar plants and upgrading ports isn't instant relief. The jobs lost today require skills that don't always match tomorrow's opportunities. There's a dangerous gap. Workers need support now, but new jobs need time and training. The government must bridge this divide. Emergency aid for today, planning for tomorrow. It's a balancing act. Survive the short-term crisis, build for the long term. The challenge is urgent and complex. Our leaders must act fast and smart. The stakes, our economic survival. Here's the big question. Can new jobs from infrastructure and green energy projects replace those lost to U.S. tariffs? And can they do it fast enough to make a real difference for South African workers and their families? As the global economy shifts, the stakes are high. Every job lost is a person's livelihood, a family's security, and a community's future. The answer? It's complicated. The new jobs being created are often in entirely different sectors, requiring new skills and sometimes located far from where the old jobs were lost. This means that not only are the jobs different, but the people who need them may not be ready or able to take them right away. We can't just move a factory worker to a solar farm overnight. Retraining takes time, and people need support as they make these transitions. Speed is critical. Government projects must move faster. No more red tape or delays. Every month counts for families waiting for new opportunities. Transparent, efficient management is essential. Projects need to be well planned, with clear timelines and accountability, so that promises turn into real jobs. Skills development is key. We need massive training and reskilling programs now. TVET colleges, private sector partnerships, and on-the-job training must all work together to prepare workers for the future. And clear pathways for workers are vital. People need guidance, support, and real information about where the new jobs are and how to get them. Supporting people, not just industries, must be the priority. Social safety nets, counseling, and community support can help families weather the transition. We also need to diversify our export markets, Europe, China, and especially Africa, so we're not dependent on just one or two trading partners. Building stronger trade relationships across the continent can open up new opportunities for South African businesses and workers. The African Continental Free Trade Area is a huge opportunity. It could unlock new markets, boost exports, and create jobs across multiple sectors. Diversifying trade is our best insurance against future shocks. By spreading our risks, we can build a more resilient economy for everyone. The transition will be hard, but it's necessary. With the right support, planning, and vision, South Africa can turn today's challenges into tomorrow's opportunities. South Africa stands at a defining crossroads. One path leads to decline and despair, the other to renewal and hope. This crisis is a test of our resilience and vision. We can modernize, go green, and diversify our trade or fall behind. Bold leadership, unity, and innovation are needed from all of us. Businesses must seek new markets and invest in new tech. Unions and industries must re-skill workers for the future. Communities must support each other through tough times. Citizens must demand transparency and competence from leaders. We all have a role in this national renewal. The risks are real, but so is the opportunity. The choice is ours. Let's write the next chapter of South Africa's story.